The moment a rising star stops surprising people is when the real pressure begins. Just a few months ago, the question surrounding Alex Eala was simple. Can she compete with the best? Now, that question has changed. After climbing from outside the top 100 into the world's top 20 in less than 2 years, defeating elite opponents, winning her first WTA title, and becoming one of the biggest stories in Filipino tennis, Alex is no longer simply the young player with potential. She is now the player everyone expects to win. And that is a completely different kind of pressure. Her loss to Amanda Anisimova in Cincinnati may have looked like just another defeat on the scoreboard. But for Alex, it could become something much more important. Because sometimes, the losses that hurt the most are the ones that reveal exactly what you need to improve. Before Cincinnati, Alex Eala was riding one of the biggest waves of momentum in her young career. She had just captured her maiden WTA title in Washington, defeating Jessica Pegula in the final of a WTA 500 event. For Filipino fans, the moment was enormous. Across the Philippines and Filipino communities around the world, people were celebrating an athlete who had suddenly made tennis feel personal. Alex's ranking had reached a new career high. Her victories over top 10 opponents were becoming more frequent. And with every major win, the expectations grew. But professional tennis does not stop because one player is having a breakthrough. While Alex was rising, Amanda Anisimova was preparing for another battle of her own. Anisimova entered Cincinnati as the 9th seed and world number 10. She had already experienced the pressure of competing deep into major tournaments and had established herself as one of the most dangerous players on hard courts. Her aggressive baseline game, powerful serve, and experience at the highest level made her a completely different challenge. This was not simply a young star facing an established champion. It was a test of whether Alex could turn her recent success into consistent elite-level tennis. And the match quickly showed why experience matters. Alex started with confidence. Her movement was sharp, and her powerful left-handed forehand created problems. Even after falling behind early, she fought back and refused to let the opening set slip away without a fight. But Anisimova remained calm. She did not panic. She did not rush. Instead, she began controlling the rhythm of the match. Her serve became more precise. Her shot selection became cleaner. She understood when to attack and when to wait. And when the first set reached its most important moments, Anisimova stayed composed. She took the opening set 6-4. For Alex, it was a setback, but it was far from over. The second set showed exactly why so many people believe in her future. Instead of allowing the first set to break her confidence, Alex came back with more aggression. She found her range. She attacked with greater purpose and managed to break Anisimova early. Suddenly, the momentum had changed. Alex was serving well. Her forehand was producing opportunities. She was dictating more points instead of simply reacting. And this time, she finished the set. 6-4, 1 set each. The match was alive again. At that moment, Alex had every reason to believe she could complete another major comeback. But the third set became the defining chapter. Anisimova did not collapse after losing the second set. She adjusted. And that is where the difference between a great young player and an experienced elite opponent became visible. Anisimova began playing more efficiently. She protected her service games with authority and defended Alex's attacks without giving away easy points. Alex continued fighting. She continued trying to create opportunities. But the small margins were no longer going her way. On the biggest points, Anisimova made the better decisions. When Alex needed to turn a return into a break, Anisimova found the right serve. When Alex tried to force the pace, Anisimova absorbed the pressure. And when the match reached its final stretch, the experience of a player who had spent years competing at this level became obvious. The third set ended 6-2. Alex was out. But this was not a collapse. And that distinction matters. Because the biggest lesson from Cincinnati may have nothing to do with the final score. It may be about what Alex needs to become the player she wants to be. The first area is her serve. For months, Alex's serve has been viewed as one of the biggest weapons in her game. When it is working at its highest level, it gives her free points, puts pressure on opponents, and allows her aggressive baseline game to become even more dangerous. But against someone like Anisimova, a good serve is not always enough. At this level, placement matters. Consistency matters. And the ability to produce the right serve when the pressure reaches its highest point matters even more. The second area is the return game. Anisimova's first serve is a major weapon, but every elite server has moments of vulnerability, particularly on second serves. Alex needs to turn more of those opportunities into pressure. In matches between high-level players, one missed return or one missed break opportunity can completely change the outcome. The difference between winning and losing can sometimes be only a handful of points. And then there is the biggest challenge of all: mental consistency. Alex showed in the second set that she could take control of the match. But winning one set against an elite player is different from winning the entire match. The best players adjust. They change patterns. They identify weaknesses. They make their opponents solve new problems. And when Anisimova adjusted in the third set, Alex could not respond quickly enough. That is not a sign that Alex is not ready. It is a sign that she is still developing. At just 21 years old, she has already accomplished things most players spend their entire careers chasing. She has won a WTA title. She has climbed dramatically through the rankings. She has defeated multiple top 10 opponents. And she has become a source of enormous pride for Filipino tennis fans. So Cincinnati should not be viewed as evidence that Alex's rise is slowing down. It should be viewed as information. Important information. Because the question is no longer whether Alex Eala can defeat elite players. She has already proven that she can. The question is whether she can do it consistently. Can she defeat top 10 players repeatedly? Can she maintain her level when an opponent changes tactics? Can she protect a lead instead of simply fighting back? Can she win the close points when the pressure becomes enormous? Those are the questions that separate a rising star from a true elite player. And answering them will not happen overnight. It will require work that fans may never see. Studying opponents. Breaking down their serving patterns. Practicing returns against different speeds and placements. Learning how opponents respond after losing a set. Building the mental strength to stay aggressive without becoming impatient. And most importantly, learning how to adjust just as quickly as the player standing across the net. That is what Cincinnati can teach Alex. Not that she is behind, but that the next level requires something different. The first breakthrough is about proving that you belong. The next challenge is proving that you can stay there. And that may be the hardest part of all. For Filipino fans, the disappointment of seeing Alex lose is completely understandable. When an athlete becomes a symbol of national pride, every victory feels personal. But so does every defeat. Still, one loss cannot erase everything Alex has already accomplished. In fact, this defeat could become one of the most valuable moments of her career. Because champions are not built only through victories. They are built through the moments when the game exposes their weaknesses and forces them to respond. Cincinnati exposed some weaknesses. Now Alex has a choice. She can look at the loss as a missed opportunity. Or she can look at it as a blueprint. A blueprint showing exactly what needs to improve. The serve, the return, the adjustments, the mental resilience, the ability to maintain intensity through 3 sets against an opponent who refuses to break. Those improvements will not always create headlines, but they could create something much bigger. Consistency. And consistency is what turns a promising player into a dangerous one. The silence after Cincinnati, then, is not the silence of an ending. It is the silence of a player listening. Listening to what the match revealed. Listening to what the next level demands. And perhaps most importantly, realizing that becoming great is not about winning once. It is about coming back and winning again. And again. And again. Alex Eala has already shown the tennis world that she belongs. Now comes the harder challenge. Showing the world how long she can stay there. So what do you think? Was Cincinnati simply a setback? Or could this loss become the exact reality check Alex needs for the next stage of her career? Can she turn these lessons into more consistent victories against the world's best? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Because Alex Eala's story is far from finished. In fact, the most important chapters may still be waiting to be written.